Welcome to Movie Tellers. Today we're recapping a chilling horror film called Bring Her Back. The movie opens with a young girl named Piper, a sweet and visually impaired child, struggling to make friends. Other kids find her strange and reject her, but her protective older brother Andy soon arrives to walk her home. Their bond is evident as they exchange playful jokes on the way back. Suddenly, Piper calls out. Something's wrong. Their father isn't responding from the bathroom. Andy bursts in and finds their father's lifeless body in the shower. The siblings are devastated as his body is carried away, their world now changed forever. Soon after, Child Services inform them that a foster family has been found for Piper. Andy is furious. He doesn't want to be separated from his sister, especially since she relies on him. The caseworker agrees to let them stay together for now, especially since Andy is only 3 months away from turning 18 and plans to apply for guardianship. However, she warns him to stay out of trouble due to his troubled past. The next day, Andy and Piper arrive at the home of their potential foster mother, a strange woman named Laura. She's immediately drawn to Piper, almost too quickly, when she learns of her blindness. Laura once had a blind daughter who tragically drowned in their pool. Her behavior toward Andy, however, is cold and unsettling. Things begin to get darker when Andy hears a cat meowing in pain outside. Laura rushes out to investigate and finds Oliver, one of her other adopted children, eerily holding the cat as if he intended to harm it. Later, Laura shows Piper and Andy to their rooms. That night, she watches Piper sleep, then whispers something to Oliver. Together, they sneak out to a barn, where Laura plays an old videotape showing a bizarre ritual, its purpose unclear, but deeply disturbing. The next morning, Andy wakes up to find he's wet the bed, something that hasn't happened in years. He's confused and embarrassed.
In the next scene,
the siblings attend their father's funeral. Piper, unable to see, asks Andy if their dad looks peaceful. Andy lies and says he does, but he never actually looked. Piper, sensing the lie, uses their safe word, grapefruit. Andy lies again. During Laura's turn at the coffin, she secretly cuts a lock of their father's hair, adding to the sense that something unnatural is going on. Afterward, Piper confronts Andy, feeling hurt and betrayed that he didn't look at their father when she needed him to. Back at the house, Laura dumps a bowl of urine on Andy while he sleeps to make it appear he wet the bed again. The next morning, she humiliates him in front of Piper and forces him to shower. In the bathroom, Andy starts seeing horrifying visions, his dead father lying on the shower floor. Terrified, he washes off at an outdoor faucet. Meanwhile, Oliver watches from afar. Andy tries to connect with Oliver and gives him a notebook to write in. Oliver eerily writes, "Tasty of blood, birds." Confused, Andy offers him a fruit on a knife. But as soon as he turns his back, Oliver gruesomely mutilates his own mouth with the blade. Andy drags Oliver outside, trying to take him to a hospital. But as they cross a strange threshold, Oliver begins convulsing violently, emitting guttural, inhuman screams. As he collapses, he whispers, "Help me." Just then, Laura returns and finds Oliver on the ground. She scolds Andy furiously, causing Piper to lose more trust in her brother. Laura carries Oliver inside and plays another tape of a demonic ritual. Suddenly, Oliver speaks, "Where am I?" In a panic, Laura silences him and begins chanting, rubbing his hands in a twisted ritual to seal the demon back inside him. Later, she feeds Oliver what appears to be food made from Andy's deceased father. The next day, Andy tries to shower again, but this time his father appears in the mirror, warning him, "She will die in the rain." Andy slips, hits his head, and wakes up in the hospital. Laura visits him there, and he urgently tries to tell her what he saw. He begs her not to let Piper go out in the rain. Laura promises, but her promises mean nothing anymore. The next scene opens with Laura and Piper playing joyfully in the rain, but underneath this innocent moment lies a dark truth. Laura once had a blind daughter named Kathy, who tragically drowned in a swimming accident. Unable to accept her death, Laura has turned to dark forces, discovering a demonic way to bring Kathy back by using Piper as a replacement vessel. Laura begins grooming Piper, giving her Kathy's old clothes, commenting how perfectly they fit her. It's eerie, maternal, and unsettling. Later that night, Piper is asleep. Laura, now unhinged, sprays herself with Andy's cologne and walks into the room. In a disturbing act, she smacks Piper across the face. Piper awakens in confusion and fear, begins to cry. By morning, Andy notices Piper's swollen face and demands to know what happened. Laura immediately accuses Andy of hitting her. Andy denies it, but Laura won't let it go. Piper, confused and scared, admits it smelled like Andy, but insists he wouldn't do such a thing. Laura seizes the moment to manipulate further. She tells Piper that Andy was abused by his father, planting seeds of doubt and fear. She dares Andy to hit her in front of Piper. Just then, Andy sees something shocking outside the window. Ollie, standing unnaturally in the rain, covered in blood. He rushes to grab his phone, leading to a struggle with Laura. Overwhelmed, Andy nearly punches her, but instead hits the wall in frustration. Laura begins to wail and cry, pretending Andy assaulted her to win Piper's trust. Frustrated and heartbroken, Andy pleads with Piper to leave with him, but Piper, shaken and manipulated, refuses. Believing Andy has turned violent, Andy drives away, seething, heading to the nearest police station. He seeks out the woman who had originally referred them to Laura. While waiting, his eyes fall on a missing persons poster. It's for a girl named Connor Bird, who looks exactly like Ollie. Alarmed, Andy informs the officer, but she dismisses his concerns, stating Laura has worked with children for over 20 years and would never harm one. Still, Andy insists she come with him to Laura's house. Back at the house, the demon inside Ollie begins to take full control. Consumed by hunger and rage, he tears through the house in a fit of destruction. Laura tries to calm him, but Ollie attacks her, biting off her hand. She barely escapes, locking herself in a room and collapsing from blood loss. Meanwhile, Laura, now aware Andy is returning with the police, rushes to clean up the mess. When the officer arrives, the house appears perfectly normal. She questions Laura about the missing girl, but Laura denies knowing her. Andy slips in through the back and discovers Ollie crouched over Kathy's dead body, preserved in a block of ice. He screams for help. The officer rushes to escape, but Laura intercepts her, confessing she was only trying to bring Kathy back. The officer breaks free, but Laura, in a last act of desperation, runs her over with her car. Andy collapses at the edge of a swamp. Laura pins him down, drowning him beneath the water's surface. With Andy gone, Laura races to pick up Piper from school, eager to complete the ritual. Once home, they enter the house. Suddenly, Piper hears her name spoken in Andy's voice. Curious and afraid, she follows the sound. As she stumbles through the dark house, she touches the source. It's Ollie. Laura appears, pretending everything is fine, and tries to guide Piper away. But Piper, suspicious, asks what color Ollie's hair is. Laura lies, red and curly. Piper knows it's false and panics, fleeing into another room where she discovers Andy's lifeless body. Laura breaks in, and in the chaos, Piper knocks her head on a pole and passes out. Laura drags Piper's unconscious body to the pool where Ollie waits. As she begins to drown Piper to complete the ritual, Piper awakens and screams out "Mummy" in a final desperate cry. For a moment, Laura hesitates, emotionally shaken. She lets Piper go. Piper escapes the pool and runs into the woods with possessed Ollie in pursuit. She flags down a passing car and is rescued. Back at the house, Ollie crosses a mystical boundary marked on the ground. The demon inside him dissipates. He collapses and is later found by authorities no longer possessed. In the final tragic scene, Laura walks into the pool with Kathy's corpse and allows herself to drown alongside her daughter, lost in her delusion and grief. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more twisted tales. Thanks for watching.